I find some difficult situations where I can express in Telugu but can't express them in English. Some complex pastime situations where I have to.
Because
Okay.
this process will happen in your mind in microseconds like this. Okay. So then
Okay.
you will be able to speak English fluently. Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
I am good, ma'am. Good afternoon. What about you, ma'am?
I'm also doing great. Thank you so much for asking. How was your day and how's the weather there?
In the afternoon, it is quite scorching, madam, actually.
Absolutely. Same here. It is scorching.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I live in a hill station, madam. Arku Valley is a hill station. But though it is a hill station, we are in these recent times, we are facing so much weather issues like these inclement weather conditions like heat wave and all.
I think every state right now is facing that in India, right? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Am I audible
Uh,
to you?
we must blame ourselves, ma'am.
Absolutely. But I guess I can see something very catchy, conspicuous message behind you. Something Green India. I can see. I don't know the whole one, but I can see
Yes.
Green India. Green India.
Clean and green India, ma'am. It's written clean.
Okay, Clean and Green India. Wow. So through this video, you are going
Yeah.
to spread this message the audience to my audience today. Great.
Yeah. I yes, yes.
Okay. How are you feeling now? You mentioned in the mail that you are a bit nervous. So how are you feeling now?
Yes, I'm quite comfortable, madam. Thank you.
That's lovely. That's lovely to know. Awesome. Okay. So now could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for asking me, ma'am. I am Jeevan. I live in a village, as I have mentioned already in my email. I live in Araku Valley, which is a nearby village or town from Visakhapatnam, which is in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And currently, I am working as a Panchayat secretary in Araku Panchayat itself. And at present, I am preparing for competitive exams, because of which I would like to improve my uh, English fluency and also other dimensions of it, that is writing skills, comprehension, reading comprehension, and etc. madam. So that's all about myself.
Which competitive exam are you preparing for?
Actually, I want to do an MBA, ma'am. So I'm preparing for CAT.
Okay, that's lovely. Super. And what about your pride and joy, your hobby?
Hobby, ma'am. Yeah, one of my hobbies, which is in line with yours. I play badminton, and I sometimes do meditation as well.
Hmm.
See, in one of your videos, I came to know that you do these two both. So apart from that, I am in a choir group, so where I have to prepare and sing songs.
Wow, you sing songs.
Yes.
Badminton, lovely to know about those two hobbies. But if I talk about myself, I used to play badminton a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Nowadays, I'm not playing badminton anymore. And about meditation, yeah, I do every now and then. Whenever I get time, or whenever I am in good mood, only then I do meditation. It is again one thing that we are not able to maintain consistency in meditation, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. We always, it is a second choice. Meditation is always, and you just told that when you are in good mood, you do meditation. Actually, we have to do meditation at times of anxiety, and at times sometimes we cannot take decisions, and we are bombarded with so much tasks. So that is when meditation really helps, ma'am, I think.
Yes, it helps. I am on the same page at this one. But I want to tell you that whenever I feel a little down or demotivated, or and I suffer with anxiety issue ever, I try to do the breathing exercise, which helps me
Yes,
I have experienced it.
true.
Not exactly anxiety, but when I'm not fully like when I don't understand myself, like what is happening and what is the next thing I need to focus upon. If there are a lot of things on my table to work upon at the same time, sometimes it happens with me to manage it. Actually, it is difficult to manage. So because of that, sometimes it happens that I feel low and I feel demotivated. So at that time, I just sit quietly and I start doing the breathing exercises, which helps me a lot.
Okay.
I'm not able to do the meditation during that time. It is difficult to stay in one place and close my eyes,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
then I will get
It's quite
overthinking.
not possible, ma'am.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So now I want to know that you mentioned that you are preparing, so that's why you are focusing on your
Yes.
communication skills too. So tell me, do you have environment where you can speak English, and do you have people around you who speak in English?
Not at all, ma'am. Actually, in my office at present, I am in my office, and there is a extra room. So I'm where I'm sitting in, and in my office, all are speak. Everybody speaks local Telugu language, and I couldn't find a chance to speak in English. So I have been searching for online mediums to communicate in English, and find a good speaking partner. And I have already tried some of the apps from Play Store.
Mm.
One is the Real Life English app, where disadvantage I encountered was everybody matching my preferences. Like I want the other person to correct me. I want the other person to be in a position to correct me. So that is what I'm searching for, and gradually I am in this journey, and found one of your videos, and it's quite surprising, and they are very good. They are very good to learn.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope they are adding value in your learning journey, especially. And I'm
Yes,
really
ma'am.
impressed by your poised demeanor that you are keeping while talking to me. It seems like you have already the experience that you talk to people. But as you mentioned that you don't have the environment and people prefer to talk in Telugu itself, that's why you are not able to
Yes.
practice with. And you started practicing over different applications, which is great. Okay, so what are the areas that you want to focus upon if it is especially concerned? If we focus on the English part, especially the spoken part, so what are the areas?
There are majorly two areas now where sometimes I lost track of what I'm speaking. It means, and sometimes I had to translate in my head before speaking.
Okay.
And so when I find some difficult situations where I can express in Telugu but can't express them in English, some complex past time situations where I have to use different tenses and conjugate them. So at that time, I find difficulty speaking, and at that time, I take a pause, and I had to revisit what I have to speak and then speak. That is one difficulty, and the other difficulty is mostly this is the one difficulty now. And in fluency also, I have this fear of speaking wrong, using wrong grammar, using wrong words at wrong places. So that is one thing that I find I have to improve.
Second problem is understandable that sometimes we are not able to use correct word. But the first one that you take a pause, then you have to think, you have to track yourself what you were talking about, then you start again. This is not a this is not a problem. I guess it is right way because we always try to speak fast.
Okay.
I don't know why we try to speak fast and then we make mistakes and then we lose track and then we just mix things. Sometimes people end up saying the things like they don't complete the sentences and then switch to the next one. But in your case, as you mentioned, that you take pause, then you track, you think, and then you speak, which is great. It is right now, maybe it seems a bit, I think, problematic to you because maybe you are in the learning process, okay, and you consider yourself as a learner, I guess maybe a beginner, maybe, but I don't think so. You are a beginner, so you are maybe upper intermediate or intermediate. So you think that is a problem, but this is not problem. You are actually training your mind to take a pause, think, then speak. Okay, so you are training right now. Maybe you are taking a little time to do the process, like taking pause, thinking, and speaking. But if you do it consistently for a longer period of time, over time you will realize that this process happens automatically, effortlessly, and then you speak fluent. Because this process will happen in your mind in microseconds, like this. Okay. So then you will be able to speak English fluently. But this process will help you a lot speak correct English and to the point. So this is not a problem at all. So you can now, you can just think about the second part, which is vocabulary. And I'm impressed a bit because you use scorching hot, you use bombardment. Very nice words you are able to use. So no need to doubt. I just want to tell you one thing, that whatever you are doing, maybe you are taking the steps towards this journey, just keep doing that excellent work. I want to know, like, how long have you been learning the language, particularly the speaking?
Okay. So the speaking part is I have started for about 1 month or so, ma'am.
Okay.
So 1 or 2 months when I started my preparation. So earlier I used to consume lot of English content. So actually my English is not a learned English. I suppose my English is acquired one. So I watched movies. Not reading. I didn't read much. I watched movies like more famous sitcoms of US television shows and some of soap operas of the same US. And I am fond of American accent rather than British accent. So like that, I didn't read much of the grammar part. Most of the time I listen to it. I watch video content. That's how my English improved gradually. But as I have already mentioned, there is a little fear that I might use a wrong grammar while speaking. So recently I have studied tenses. So there I am gradually incorporating in my speaking.
Wow. Again, next, incorporate. Very nice word. Acquired. You are able and you are not making mistakes in grammar. Believe me, if you do this practice regularly for next 6 months, you will be an advanced speaker of the language. Because your way of speaking is quite impressive. You are calm and composed while speaking. You are not speaking too fast and not too slow. So you don't need to focus on the pace. The pace is perfect, according to me. I'm just telling according to me. The pace is perfect. Anyone can understand you. Correct.
Okay.
The plus point. Okay. And let me tell you one thing. The one mistake I found, and I'm just thinking to tell you the right meaning and to tell you the difference between the two words. One is content, second is content. What is the difference between content and content? First step.
content is from material, madam.
Okay. And what is
From
content?
material. I couldn't
Okay. So you
tell you,
consume,
ma'am.
you mentioned the meaning of content. Content means I watch content, I consume content, I create content, I write content, I am a content writer, I am a content creator. And the content you consume from YouTube videos, you consume from a particular book, a movie, that is content. This is not content. Content means when you
Okay.
are happy and satisfied. So if I say I'm content today, it means I'm happy and satisfied. So in your case, if
Yeah.
you want to say that I consume content, I watch a lot of videos, which is you mentioned, right? So that is content, not content. Spelling remains same. Only meaning
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
is according to the pronunciation. So first pronunciation content, which is happy and satisfied. Second pronunciation is content, which is the videos or the content you read, you consume, you watch, you listen to, that is content. Okay, you must have heard that
Ma'am, may I ask you?
creators, content writers.
Yeah. May I ask you what are the other forms of content? Means it's a verb. Is it a verb or
Content is an adjective. Happy and satisfied,
adjective?
which is adjective. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Ma'am, I recall a word contented.
So it is happy, it is contented.
Yes.
No, I haven't heard about the word contented.
Contended or contended?
Can you tell me the spelling?
CONTEND. DED. CONTENDED. Contended. I found the meaning, ma'am, which is a verb struggle to surmount.
Okay, that is a different word then. I haven't.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So
But
now
yeah,
I'm clear, ma'am. I'm clear with those two words.
okay. But content is, I guess, used in three forms. I know the verb, the adjective one, which is happy and satisfied. But it is used as a verb too when you are satisfying someone else. Okay. So satisfy someone. It is used as a verb too. Now as a noun too. A state of satisfaction. I'm content. So a state of satisfaction is also content. So you can use in both the ways, but mostly it is used as an adjective. That I'm content means I'm happy and satisfied. I use it as an adjective.
Okay, ma'am.
Most of the times I say to my, like whenever I talk to somebody and I'm satisfied and happy, then I use I'm quite content today, or I'm quite content with the things I do, with the progress I have made so far. So I'm content with that. So like this I use. You can also use it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. So tell me one thing, how do you make a balance between your work life and the personal life?
Challenging, ma'am. Right now, I have to actually, as a panchayat secretary, I have to meet a lot of people, and
So in a panchayat, my role is to do the sanitation, and I have to make sure that every road is clean, and I have to make sure the street lights are working properly. So with these three tasks, it is quite challenging for me to balance my preparation and my work. So, but still, I am finding time, and I am delegating tasks to some other person who are working under me. There are around 10 employees who do different, who perform different job roles, and their job chart is like our Mahatma Gandhi ji aspired. Like in Andhra Pradesh, it is different, ma'am. The panchayat structure is whole lot different, because there are around 10 employees who works for the panchayat people. For every 2000 to 4000 population, there is one village secretariat. So the head of the village secretariat is panchayat secretary. So what I am doing in these months when I started my preparation is I am delegating tasks so that I will have some time for my preparation, and there are some inevitable tasks which I couldn't skip, which they are like issuing death certificates, issuing birth certificates, conducting gram sabhas, and conducting meetings with the village panchayat elected body. So still finding time, still I have at least I have 1 hour of 1 to 2 hours of leisure in my work. So at that time I am revising what I have studied in the morning or the previous day. So that's what I am doing, ma'am. So it's not challenging at all. I like my job, so both are going in line with my preparation, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So you are able to make the balance. You are aligned with both.
Yes.
Okay. And again, very nice. What do you use
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. Audible.
That is inevitable. Great one. Good job. Okay. You said 10 employees who works. Can you correct it? 10 employees who
What?
work. Yes.
10 employees who
Works.
work, ma'am. Work.
Yes, who work. Because they are plural. You know that, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Asked you because I know that you know, but in the flow sometimes we miss. And it still happens with me. So do not worry about it. It still happens with me. And I have been learning the language for last 2 years. So it is not a big deal. Even natives
Yeah.
also, because you are very fond of watching American accent, so you must have been watching a lot of movies. So you must have observed people thoroughly that they are still making mistakes while speaking. Sometimes they miss
Yes,
verb,
ma'am.
sometimes they miss that SES form and they go with V1, right?
Yes.
I have
Yes.
observed
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
I used to watch a lot of web series in English, but nowadays, as I have started providing sessions, paid sessions to beginners and intermediates, so I don't get much free time. So that's why I'm not consuming content in English, particularly like
Okay.
web series. If I get some leisure time, I try to listen to something like speech or maybe conversation or something like that. So I don't nowadays
Okay.
I know. Okay. So which part of the day of your daily routine you like the most?
Uh, I like the mornings, ma'am, actually. So the dawn period.
Mm.
So because now currently I'm not waking up early, but earlier I used to, and there is a collection of trees in my backyard in my house. So early morning walking in that area, which it rejuvenates me, ma'am. Like and it boosts my energy levels and it gives me a lot of enthusiasm to start my day.
Great. Super. See, very precise and concise answer you are giving. That is great. Precise, to the point, concise, and short. You are giving your point of view, you are sharing. Okay. You mentioned the word rejuvenates. Wow. Because of you, I am also able to revise the words again. And this is the best part I like the most about these sessions. When I meet somebody who is
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
enthusiastic for the language and who is putting their hard work into the practice, deliberate practice every day. So they try to use advanced words, and in this process, I also get chance to revise my words through listening and through repeating after them. Okay. So at
Okay.
what you wake up?
One thing I wanted to ask you. So you started this online community. No, then what is your motivation and how did it start? How did it happen actually? So what motivated you and how did you get this idea? And it is quite surprising for me. And what motivates you to
Okay.
what motivated you to start this and what is still motivating you to continue this?
Okay. to be honest, you guys motivated me to continue this, and you guys motivated me to start this. Actually, I started the YouTube channel to share my journey, whatever I was learning, with tutors initially. But then later I got to know that if I do not practice on regular basis, I will not be able to remember the words. I will not be able to achieve the desired results, or maybe I will forget whatever I have done, or the confidence also will not be in me for a longer period of time if I quit the journey in between. But then I started talking to random people. I found it a bit interesting and useful for myself and for the audience too, people who were watching. So every day when I get a lot of comments, people saying that, oh, it helped me a lot. I learned new words, and because of that, I am now learning the language. You motivated me to start my journey again, to pursue my journey again. No, resume my journey again. Many people, stopped learning the language. And then I got to know about housewives who were just doing household chores, but then when they watched not only my videos, like many YouTubers, they watched, then they liked my videos and others too, and then they were motivated. Then they started their journey, even they started their YouTube channels too. So I guess my audience motivated, and my audience is the only reason that they are telling me to keep doing this. So I'm doing it, and I get a
Okay.
chance to meet people like you. So this is, I guess, already superb. I'm learning the language, enjoying the process.
Yes.
At the same time, I'm able to share everything with my audience too on YouTube. So through this, I guess this is the right way to learn. And as I have started teaching too, right, simultaneously. So I feel the teaching is not just teaching, it is the process or the part of learning. So when I teach, I learn a lot. So if I want to
Yes.
give my 100% in a class, I first practice and I try to learn to 100%. Then I can give the 100%. So this process is helping me to learn faster and learn, I guess, a lot of things at a time. And many times I learn new words from my students too. So that's why I love this, and that is the reason that motivates me.
Oh, that's wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Good to know. And one thing I want to share, I now I am able to know what tenses are they using, and only after learning some grammar points. Earlier, I used to listen and learn, watch and learn, but now I am reading grammar and find small details also when I watch some content in from the YouTube and all. So that one thing I wanted to share, ma'am, in my learning journey. So I think learning grammar is also important for speaking proper English. So that's what I wanted to tell you, ma'am.
Yeah, many people ask that question to me, is grammar important? So yes, it is. It is essential to learn grammar if you want to speak English correctly. Like
Yes, ma'am.
a few days ago, I guess maybe 2 days ago, somebody asked me, "How was your mother?" My mother was sick earlier, so but she's asking me in present, like, how's your mother? How is she? Right? She asked, "How was your mother?" I said, "How is my
Okay.
mother?" It's not how was my mother. She is alive.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't know past and present, then you will make blunders while speaking. Okay, so you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
say, how is she doing now, or how is she feeling now, not how was or
Yes,
was she, how is she. So
yes,
that's why it is again mandatory, and it is essential, crucial to learn
yes,
uh,
ma'am.
the English, correct English. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share or you want to ask? It was really pleasure talking to you. Do you have anything?
Same. I'm feeling the same, ma'am. Uh, no, ma'am. No, my thoughts are not coming. And one thing when you were answering my question about your journey and what motivates you, in the beginning, I am listening to you, and in the middle, I lost track. So I'm just looking at you, and I'm not comprehending what you were speaking. and then again I had to focus, and that's what I have done. And most of the time this happens, ma'am, when I am speaking with others, this happens in between. So how to counter this and how to tackle this?
First of all, I want to tell you that you are so honest, and I liked it. You were like, you were saying it, I was lost. I was not getting you. So honest. Okay, let me tell you one thing. In this, first you have to do these conversations regularly. If you can do it, like especially on video calls. In audio calls, it is quite easy to talk to people, but when it comes to face that and talk directly and encounter it directly, it is a little challenging. So first do it regularly, because I guess you must have heard that practice makes us perfect. If not perfect, you will get better at it. Right. So do the practice persistently this video calls, talk to people, talk to YouTubers, okay? Talk to strangers. Okay. So, and again, when you will do the same practice like you lost, you are just again pushing yourself to come back and focus there. Okay. So this will start happening automatically after some time. Same. Okay. Second thing you can do is, I think you are doing meditation. This will help you to pay attention and to be attentive while listening to people. Okay. Because we are now, the attention span, I guess we say it, is very less nowadays. We are not able to concentrate properly. We are not able to listen to them attentively. So I think it should not happen with you, because you do a lot of listening practice and you do the meditation. So these are the two things I would recommend you that will help you. So while listening to people, while watching movie and while watching podcasts, does it happen to you while watching movies too? Like,
No, ma'am, I completely involved while watching movies, but this happens while speaking only.
Got it. It can be because of nervousness too. It can be because of lack of practice too. It can be because you are meeting to a stranger too. It can be because maybe you think that she is talking, she is telling me, or she is asking, so I have to prepare the next question, or maybe I have to prepare something which I can reply. So there are a lot of reasons behind it. So you have to find your reason why it is happening with you. Then take steps accordingly. Okay. It can be nervousness. Maybe you are talking to a person for the very first time, so it is stranger. So that is inevitable if it is happening because of that. So that you can remove entirely by talking to random people every day or maybe thrice a week. So once you are habitual of doing, you don't lose the track while watching movies, because you are habitual of doing it and you have been doing it for a longer period of time. So now you don't need particularly to pay more attention or be attentive while watching the movie. But when it comes to these conversations, you feel that. So it means you are not habitual of this practice. Nowadays, I am habitual. So when I listen to people, I am like, while writing also, I'm able to listen what my students are saying, and I'm writing. What are things I need to tell them, or what are the words I need to use, or what are they are using if they are making mistake, if they are making grammatical mistakes. Simultaneously, I write and simultaneously I listen to them, because I'm habitual of doing it. I have been doing it for 2 years now. So now it is in me. I can do it simultaneously. So once you do something for a longer period of time persistently, then it becomes easy for you or effortless for you. Anything. It is not about speaking or writing or listening, anything. Okay, so whatever you want to incorporate in yourself, you can do by practicing a lot. So you have to find reason first, then take steps accordingly. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
And thank you so much. Now we can wind this session up, right? Do you still have any question?
When can I get one more opportunity, ma'am?
Whenever you want, you can send me. Yeah.
So what I wanted to do is exactly after 1 month, I will be working in my English language. So I want to have one more session with you, and you have to tell me what improvement you have seen you will see.
I would be grateful for that. And I'm eager to see changes in yourself after 1 month, because I think you can, I think, achieve that desired results, and you can bring the changes in yourself. Okay, so I would
Okay.
just want to tell you one thing, that keep doing the excellent work you are already doing. And that's all. Yeah, happy learning. And it was really lot talking to you. Great talk. Sometimes I forget, I missed. So it was really pleasure talking to you. Yeah, you had a good.
So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time. And I can't thank you enough for your wonderful suggestions. And they are a lot for me as I'm learning. So far, I did not find a genuine mentor or a tutor or somebody who corrects my English in a constructive manner. So I find it very overwhelming, and I find it I'm overjoyed to talk with you, ma'am. Thank you.
Likewise, I really like talking. Thank you so much for connecting, and thank you so much for sending me the email. Again, whenever you are ready, we can have the another session. Okay?
Sure, ma'am.
Bye
So
bye.
my video will be on YouTube.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. Okay then. Bye bye. Have a great day ahead. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. I wish you the same.